reason why we started carrying Mother Earth minerals is, first of all, to provide our family, our friends, and my personal clients with a really, really high grade mineral that is angstrom in size, which angstrom size minerals are really important for a number of reasons. One is that angstrom particles are the same size particles that plants use when they make the minerals bioavailable to themselves. So they're very, very small. Also, they can be absorbed at the cellular level, and if they're not needed by the cell, then they get excreted by the cell and then excreted by the body's natural filtration processes, namely through digestion, urination. As a result, they're very hard to overdose on, and they are also absolutely unparalleled in terms of their bioavailability. They're available at the cellular level. And if your body needs, like for instance, zinc is one of the minerals that is absolutely necessary for all digestive functions, as well as immune functions and cellular replication functions and DNA and tons of other things. But if you have, say, the amino acid carnitine inside of your body already through your diet, and you're lacking zinc, angstrom zinc can bind to that carnitine or carnosine rather, and make zinc carnosine and help to assist all of the epithelial tissue, especially in the digestive tract and in nasal epithelial tissue and other things like that. It's very, very critical there. Whereas if you have these other forms of zinc that are not not as bioavailable and not as adaptable as angstrom-sized particles are, then what ends up happening is that your body first has to take whatever form it is, like picolinate, for instance, and break that apart, and that takes a certain amount of energy for the body's biological processes to do it. Then it has to take that zinc and then distribute it to where it's needed the most by breaking it down with other enzymes and bacteria and other things. And by the time that you've taken that whole supplement, you've maybe got 20 to 30% of what was in that supplement. With angstrom minerals, you get about 100%, no less than 95% of what you're taking. And so that's a really, really, really huge thing. You're not wasting money. They're in a liquid form. They are very easy to take. They're easy to get children to take. And they have, unlike nutraceutical supplements, they have very, very, very little risk for overdoing them or for, accidentally overdosing yourself with a certain mineral. And for that reason, they are actually significantly safer to take in our experience than just about any other mineral supplement that we've seen as well. So we love those. Ones that I personally feel need to be on everybody's shelf are Mineral of Life, without a doubt. Also, for most people, having potassium is really, really critical. You can't buy many potassium supplements that even come anywhere near 5% of your daily recommended value, because if you take too much potassium in those crude forms, it can cause heart attack and stroke and all sorts of other things, and it can disrupt the sodium and potassium kind of pump system of the body, and so it can be really dangerous. With these, not nearly as dangerous, and potassium is one of those critical electrolytes that a lot of people are also missing and not getting enough of, especially in relationship to how much sodium they have in their body, and keeping that healthy balance of sodium and potassium is really critical. So potassium is an important one. By national statistics, we think that somewhere around 80 to 87% of the population in America is deficient in magnesium. So having magnesium around is really important. And along with that, calcium. If you have really good sodium chloride, if you have potassium, calcium, magnesium, you have some of the most important hydrating electrolytes that circulate through your bloodstream. And so we feel that having those around are absolutely critical. Other ones that are really important are iron, copper, and zinc. Again, these are necessary for the healthy formation of red blood cells. A lot of people that are facing anemia and other things like that, they know that they need to have a lot of iron. They know that they need to have a certain amount of copper and zinc, also selenium. And so those ones are really important for certain populations, especially all women. Basically, if you're a woman, you should really consider having those in your apothecary or in your home medicine cabinet, because you need to replenish so many of those red blood cells after your monthly cycle. It's just a really important thing to be able to keep up on. So All of these are great. Like I've said, I've actually kept myself alive on numerous different occasions where I was suffering from some really crazy things with those minerals in particular. So they're the only mineral company that I personally stand behind. I've tried tons and tons and tons of different minerals, whether they're encapsulated or liquid or ionic or whatever else. The ionic Angstrom minerals that we carry are the only ones that I can actually stand behind.